Yo, what's going on, guys? Here we are. Beautiful, god dang day. Beautiful. Above 50, consolidated a little bit. Kind of a good old flat consolidation type of a day. Above 50 buckaroos. We got some crazy numbers from Ortex, Unusual Whales. We're going to open up with the turd of the day, shill of the day, fud of the day, horseshit, desperate media article slash quick clip. What else we got? Ooh, it looks like Robinhood is taking some firing shots at the SEC. Kind of something brewing. And an interesting comment I found in there on Robinhood pointing the finger at some liars that we had during the congressional hearing. And then another outstanding piece of DD and some other things, you guys. But good job today. This was beautiful. I love this day. I was afraid of a little bit of hammer attack, ladder attack down, whatever you want to call it. Bullshit. Shorting is what I like to call it, actually, myself. But good. Absolutely gorgeous. GameStop made a little bit of a run up there. Again, I watched them very closely today, trading differently. Dark Pool was up a little bit more than usual for GameStop. Dark Pool, about the same for AMC, as we touch on in every damn video, right? So good job, guys. Beautiful day today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Oh, and another interesting tweet about... we'll hop into it in a minute. Hell with it, I'll shut up. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous, and the next one is gorgeous. Just take a look at this here. This was posted early this morning from Ortex, right? 20.41% short interest. New estimates and a record, you guys. I think right now we're at 19, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's very high. It's very high. So... that's outstanding to see. Something feels wacky here with this whole, we've touched on this, the economy situation, the market crash and all that. Let's wait till the very end. But I'm telling you what, this thing is wound like a, and I showed the video months ago, but you put the damn rubber bands around the watermelon. You see those videos and you keep putting the rubber bands until the watermelon explodes. I think we're about a couple, 3 or 4 rubber bands away from this thing just blowing up. How much higher can the short interest go? My God, dang it. This FOMO kicks in. We get some volume in here. It's going to go. Another one. God dang it. It's a tough break to be short. AMC and GameStop. With GME closing at 6.82% and closing at 203.40, and AMC up 3.05% today and closing 51.69. It had expected that shorts would lose approximately $515 million today alone. That is over $500 million, folks, in case anybody doesn't have a calculator handy. That's a big chunk of money. That is an awfully big chunk of money. So it's a tough break. Sorry for Mr. Summerteeth as well, Citadel and Company, and the rest of you shorting dickheads out there. Boy, if it keeps going up, you're going to lose more ducats alone. Okay, can we please listen to this just for a minute? I did a little bit of research about this here. This article here, AMC must dramatically change for it to stay in business. Asset manager. Says the asset manager. Now, this fine yellowman, Ross Klein is his name over here at Change Bridge Capital. I did a little investigating on these fine folks. We'll touch on that in a minute. Let's listen to this together here just for a minute here. Please tell me what... can they get any more... can they get any better of shitbird articles out here? Or other than all these hedge funds... I don't know about you guys. I haven't seen the last time a hedge fund goes out and announces they're short a stock, especially a stock like this. This guy, these other dickheads out there, the iceberg lettuces of the world, they have to get paid some money to do this. The amount of nonsense and crap they have to do to go behind and deal with, and this guy, they bring up death threats in here. Why? We all know why.
And CIO at Change Bridge Capital and joins us now. So Ross, you have active shorts on AMC and GameStop. Let's start with AMC. What's your fair value estimate on AMC and why are you shorting it?
Oh, sure. Well, by means of a quick background, CBLS, our active ETF, is currently short GameStop and AMC. AMC has been a roller coaster for the last year and a half, from the verge of bankruptcy in December to a $45 billion enterprise value in June. Investors would be hard pressed to find a faster and more extreme reversal of paper fortunes. So despite becoming a retail darling, wisely raising capital at opportune times to keep the business afloat, AMC still remains a theater chain in a world that is quickly moving towards digital movie releases, tighter theatrical windows, and higher quality TV and internet video content. You had asked us about a target price or a valuation. If we consider where AMC was prior to COVID-19, they entered 2020 with $235 million in operating income and $340 million in interest expense. It's not a recipe for solvency. All of this is before a global pandemic hits that not only strengthens the theater chain streaming competition, but also reduces the likelihood that folks return to a crowded indoor space. Fast forward to today, the situation is likely worsened. Disney is a leading film studio that has begun to offer movies direct to consumers on its Disney Plus platform. Warner Brothers has followed.
Okay, first of all, in case you need to stop this video and rewind it, this guy's staring down and reading off of something. Okay, that's first of all. Second of all, he's talking about the fundamentals of the company, nothing about shorting. We're never going to hear that, right? We know that. But take a look at his eyeballs here and tell me what the hell you guys think.
Suit and a number of other theatrical windows are starting to do the same. Disney recently did say that they would maintain
Ross, let me hop in there real quick. Let me go back to what you said on solvency. So is your one of your key points on your thesis is that AMC may no longer be in business on the other side of the pandemic?
It's hard to see a situation where the environment has improved for them, and they were insolvent prior to COVID-19. So if we were to assume that AMC can get back to their 2018 EBITDA, which would be optimistic, and gave them a 10 times multiple for a business that likely isn't growing, again, generous, that would be a $9 billion enterprise value. That doesn't even surpass the levels of current debt and operating leases on the balance sheet today. Something dramatically has to change for this to be a business that has equity value remaining after their leases and debt are considered.
Hey, Ross, it's Julie here. I can't imagine the amount of hate mail you must get on Twitter from the so-called apes from AMC. But, you know, something that we have talked a lot about on the show, and I think Brian Sozzi has sort of fulfilled.
Real quick, remember old Summer Teeth? This guy's got clothes pegs. Look at these teeth. These things are the size of clothespins. I think this guy's a relative of Summer Teeth. But look at these sumbitches. They're really the size of clothes pegs.
The fundamental argument role here is that it doesn't really matter to a certain degree, right? It hasn't mattered up until now. Even if what you say is true, if people keep buying the stock, it doesn't matter. And that this has given the company a lifeline to continue to try to find new and creative ways to continue to exist. So how do you sort of factor that into a model or an equation when it doesn't necessarily have to do with rational argument?
It's a great question, and one that's at the top of most investors' minds today. We maintain in our CBLS long short equity ETF position sizing disciplines. The position sizing for AMC and GameStop are both at levels where we are comfortable with the underlying risks. For instance, we were short GameStop.
Okay, that's enough. We get the picture here. None of it's making sense. You're talking around. You're looking down. Your teeth are getting in the way of my thinking here. So Horse Teeth Capital, here's their Twitter page. 105 followers, following 20. Let's see who they're following. I don't see anybody worth a crap on here. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Over on their LinkedIn, they have 429 followers, which is not a lot. 4 employees. So another tiny hedge fund. I did look in their FinTel. I tried to dig. It looks like they have like 6 million in positions, roughly, whatever. Smaller type hedge fund. But this is the desperation we're coming to. We have little hedge funds on telling us about their short positions. This is what, number 5 in the last few months that I have covered? So It's just stupid. Beware the FUD, folks. Beware the FUD. Thanks, Close Pegs Capital. We might as well touch on the old pool of darkness, right? Lower volume today, which was kind of offish, I think, for a Monday. 64 million traded today, regular trading hours. 41 million of those were traded in the pool of darkness. 64%, and your running 20-day average, folks, is 64%, right? Of course it is. Heating up. Options chain heating up. About 75% calls today. I did take a peek at that. They are rolling up in there some bigger bets. I noticed Trey cover today. I watched his video. He's looking at, I think I'm going to get one of them Unusual Whales subscriptions too. I like what Trey's going over on there. The short shares, the available short shares here. Did you guys notice today? I checked in a few times. They didn't budge. It stayed at that 1.1 million, and then there's another 100,000 after hours fired itself in there. But yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Something's up, boys and girls. Something's up. 184,000 in the money, 287 out of the money. Tough break on the short side of things over here. Puts 13,000 in the money, and almost a half of a built 415,000 of those are out of the money. Jesus, you guys, this is outstanding. Look at this. Robinhood chief legal officer says the SEC won't ban payment for order flow. I think this is a little bit of a jab towards the SEC. I don't think you really want to make Gary Gensler mad. We've heard him say multiple times payment for order flow, and he has mentioned Robinhood as well, right? The SEC is going to arrive at the conclusion that payment for order flow is undoubtedly an amazing good thing for retail investors, and they're not going to ban it, said Robinhood Chief Legal Officer Danny Gallagher, who was the agency's commissioner from 2011 to 2015. Gallagher told CNBC that if he still worked at the SEC, he would be investigating the people and instructions that he claims lied surrounding the GameStop short squeeze. Huh. I don't know what to think about that right there. That's very interesting, isn't it? Millie and Vanelli, here they are right here. Handsome couple there. Yeah, I think that's a little bit of like, hey, don't fuck with us, SEC. It's going to get interesting, boys and girls. It's going to get very, very interesting. This I found interesting. Speaking of interesting, I'm not responsible for much DD in this community, but I just got this email from Chase. Any other licensed real estate apes just got this email. 90-day defaults, hedge fund property distribution. Now, take this with a grain of Himalayan salt, sea salt, or just shitty old table salt. But as you can see, God, I can barely read that thing. It's tiny. We are requesting that all agents complete partner registering training by Tuesday. We are experiencing an unusual high volume 90-day defaults and are expecting a significant release of properties. Distributions of listing assignments that will be coordinated between assigning firms and approved agents and will begin immediately. Application instructions will be provided tomorrow via online webinars from 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m. This week's agents will receive instructions for submitting documentation to Chase Bank and Chase authorized asset management providers who will be assigning properties to vendor partners. Partner applications may be submitted immediately upon completion of tomorrow's training. There's no cost for agency, blah, blah, blah. So very interesting. Things are heating up. Not so much toward that, more towards the other side of things, but very, very interesting nonetheless. Speaking of interesting, this is a great piece written up about 7 hours ago. Shout out to Invoke, INVOK 13 over on the AMC stock Reddit page. Beautiful piece of DD to here too. Speaking of crashes and all the other stuff, reverse repos. You guys read through this. We don't have time to go through this, but this is an outstanding piece here too. It'll make you think something's going on. So very interesting there. Very interesting there. You got the Million Vanilli here with the SEC. We know what we got going there. We got Close Pegs Capital over here. Close Pegs. And then we got the beautiful good. Doesn't that look good, you guys? 515 million today alone. And then the 20.41%. You guys, this is great. Okay. Buckle up, boys and girls. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We're getting close to pre-market here as I'm recording this video. Sorry for the rambling today. Let's keep our eyes peeled, open. I'm going to keep my eyeballs on the charts again tomorrow, closer than I usually do. Something feels weird here to me. I don't know what. I'm not saying nothing. I just feel something's going to happen. I don't know what. Stay tuned. Okay, guys. Love you. Thank you. Bye-bye.